Hey YouTube, this is Raj, and today I'm going to be talking about the best way to find bone meal in Minecraft. So, why don't we get started? So let's talk about bone meal in Minecraft. So it's a very valuable resource, and it's useful to know how to get bones and also produce bone meal. So one way that you can get bones is sometimes they show up in chests. So with Jungle Temple chests, there's a 61.9% chance that there'll be bones. Desert Temple chest, 28.7%, and both of those are 4 to 6 bones in a stack. The next two ways are dungeon chests, 57.8, and woodland mansion chests, 57.8, and those will be stacks of 1 to 8 bones in a chest. The next way is by killing fish. So by fish, I mean salmon, cod, tropical fish, and puffer fish. There is a 5% chance when you actually kill them that they'll drop one piece of bone meal, so it's pretty rare. The next way is through fishing. So if you're not familiar with how fishing works in Minecraft, there are 3 categories to fishing. There are fish, treasure, and junk. And bones fall into the junk category. So with an unenchanted fishing rod, you have a 1.2% chance of actually catching a bone. And this goes down all the way to 0.5% when you have Luck of the Sea 3 enchantment. And Luck of the Sea 3, if you're not familiar, increases your likelihood of catching a treasure catch versus a junk catch, which means you catch less bones. The next way is through wandering traders. So wandering traders will trade you 3 pieces of bone meal for 1 emerald. And the next thing is the Composter. So if you're not familiar with the Composter, it is the job site block for the farmer villager basically. So you can use this to create bone meal. So if you're not familiar, the recipe for the Composter is this. So it's 4 pieces of fence and 3 planks in this recipe right here, and then you get 1 Composter. So how the Composter works is basically you get a percentage chance each time you put an item in to actually increase the compost level, and when you get it up to level 7, it'll go up to level 8, and that produces 1 piece of bone meal. So I'll just show you as an example here. I have cactus. So you put it in, you see a bone meal effect there, and you have to keep putting the thing in. And as you can see, it's increasing each time I put it in. So it didn't work that time, but you have to just keep putting it in. And eventually you see the white stuff on top. That means it produced 1 piece of bone meal, and then you right click it, and as you saw, the bone meal flew out. This means that you can use it for farms. Something like this, you can put an input chest, a hopper. The hopper will go into the Composter. The Composter, when it produces bone meal, will go into the hopper, and then it'll go into this chest. So I'm just going to throw some into here. And I already had bone meal in here, so it'll just filter down and you can get bone meal that way. And you could obviously connect this to a farm, so you could actually get bone meal instead of whatever crop the farm is producing. So here is a table of all of the crops that you can actually use for the Composter. So at the beginning here, you can see that there is a 30% chance that these items will increase the compost level by 1. And that means that it'll take 23.3 items to actually produce 1 piece of bone meal. So it's things like beetroot seeds, pumpkin seeds, saplings, grass, tall grass, seagrass, dried kelp, leaves, wheat seeds, sweet berries. So a lot of seeds, obviously. The next one is 50% chance of increasing the compost level, so it'll take 14 items. So this is things like cactus, dried kelp blocks, melon slices, sugar cane, vines, and etc. The next thing is 65%, and it takes 10.7 items, so things like apples, beetroots, carrots, cocoa beans, flowers, lily pads, melons, mushrooms, potatoes, pumpkins, and sea pickles. The next one, and also wheat. The next one is 80%, which means it'll take 8.25 items to produce 1 piece of bone meal. So things are things like baked potatoes, bread, cookies, hay bales, and also mushroom blocks. The last one is 100%, so it obviously takes 7 items, so cake and pumpkin pie. So if you look at these, like I was saying earlier with this, you could connect it to a farm, and this could shoot out bone meal instead of whatever the crop is. So if you look here, the items that are farmable, at least on a large scale, are wheat, pumpkin, melon slices, cactus, and sugarcane, also carrots. So if you wanted to, you could actually create a farm for one of those, and whatever crops you collect, you could put into the composter and produce bone meal that way. So that's one way to go with getting bone meal. So the other way is through basically getting bones from mobs. So there are 4 mobs that will drop bones when you kill them. So these are skeletons, skeleton horses, strays, and also wither skeletons. So basically anything skeleton related will drop 0 to 2 bones each time you kill it. You can actually increase this by having a looting enchantment on your sword. So this will go up to 0 to 5 bones per each drop. So obviously if you want to do a mob farm, that's one option of actually getting bones and might be a more reliable way. Or if you don't want to do anything with mobs, you can obviously do the farming way with the composter now. So that was bone meal in Minecraft. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I didn't go into detail about the specific farms that you can do with bones and bone meal, but if you're interested, I would suggest checking out Zero Tick Pulses and also mob farms. There's tons of videos on mob farms, and Zero Tick Pulses are very useful for crops. They speed up the growth mechanics in the game and actually produce a lot more from a single crop than is normal. So those are useful for bone meal. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Obviously, bone meal is very important in the game, and I hope this gives you all the different avenues that you can get bones and bone meal. So if you like this video, please give me a like. If you want me to keep producing content, please subscribe. And you can always leave a comment. I appreciate that. And stay classy, YouTube. This is Rob.